Basement Dwellers, hosted by your boys Jacob Santoro and Christian Talone.
You're blabbering about unnecessary stuff. Cut it out.
Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button to get all the updates from the channel too.
Tell me what your hand's doing over that button first.
But for now, just loud shout and kick back, cause I got a fresh one right here delivered to your speakers. Lock in.
Alright.
Happy Friday, everybody. It's episode 101. Welcome. And hi, Christian.
Hi.
Good to see you, man. That's how you cold open, right there.
Wow.
Why you get so scared?
It's not that I'm scared. I just didn't expect to open 5 seconds before we started recording.
Can you give me like a what would you do in that situation now that you've had time to think about it?
Welcome to the Basement Dweller podcast. I'm Christian, along with my co-host Jacob. This is episode 101. Now we're going to talk about some stuff that'll make you mad at us. Me, maybe.
That's good. I like that one. That's cool. We were just talking about LA Noire and how fucking hilarious that game is before we started.
It's hilarious when you play it.
Yeah.
Hilariously.
Yeah, and it makes me so mad because that game is like what was that old game that you had like Dragon's Lair? Is it Dragon's Lair or Dragon Slayer? The old game where like when you die you crush your arms and
I think it was Dragon's Lair.
Yeah. Dragon's Lair, right? Yeah. It's like how like when AVGN was talking about how when that game got ported onto the NES, like it was a one life and you're done game.
Yeah.
So like eventually you could just impress your friends by like one-shotting it. Mm-hmm. You know how pretentious I was like beating LA Noire for the 8th time, and so like when people were watching me play it, I was like, are they lying? I was like, because you know how it gives like the musical cues when you get something right or wrong.
Yeah.
Every time it was right, I was like, well, fucking knew it.
Just da-na-na-na.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, and that other noise where you don't get it right, that boom, doom, doom. It's all sad. I'm like, oh, it makes me so mad.
I never really played that game all the way through. But I remember watching you like beat the game, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that game was fucking fun.
Vice Cops, dress so sick. Those are the ones that have like the peach.
Oh yeah.
Suit with like the nice white and then like the fucking cool like yeah, dude. That was where it was
Hell
at.
Yeah, dude.
That game rocks. We miss a good campaign. Where's my America gone, Christian? We were just talking about this.
Yeah, I'm playing Starfield right now, and let me tell you, not a great campaign.
No?
No, I saw it was like a post, and someone made a really good point in that game, where they said that what they don't like about this game is that it feels so safe, which is 100% true, because it's Bethesda, so they make Fallout, and Skyrim and all that shit. Which, there's pros and cons from doing like evil things like in those games.
Yeah.
Like if you blow up Megaton, like, yeah, you fucking kill a bunch of people, but you also get this really dope penthouse in Tenpenny Tower and a bunch of money. Yeah. But in that game, it's like, it seems like every single companion that you get hates when you do evil stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, like there's no evil companions, at least not one that I've been able to find. And like there's a whole campaign or a whole like story mode, or you know what I mean, side story.
Yeah.
To join like this pirate crew called the Crimson Fleet, and they're like the biggest pirate crew in the game or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they're just like marauders. That's like their whole thing.
Sure.
And the like main storyline is like basically you're working with what are they called? They're called UC SysDef, but they're like the CIA or something like that, right? And they're like trying to squash the Crimson Fleet. So you like initially get into it by talking to UC SysDef, and then like some douchebag like captain is like, all right, now we need you to go undercover with the Crimson Fleet and do all this blah 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 blah, right? So you can go do these missions, but the Crimson Fleet obviously wants you to do a bunch of evil stuff for them, and they're like, or the SysDef is like, well, don't do anything evil, just do what you got to do. So it's like it's kind of like a constant like teetering, like and then like ultimately like you get like this big like thing that the Crimson Fleet's been looking for, and when you leave that place, it tells you you can either report back to SysDef or take it to the Crimson Fleet, and that's how you like finalize your allegiance.
Yeah.
I fucking took it to the Crimson Fleet. I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna be a space pirate.
The illusion of choice in video games has been my favorite thing since I was a child. Do you remember like choose your own adventure books?
Yeah.
Those were so fun. And then like Fable came out and I could just be gay and evil,
Yeah.
That was so fun.
That game was fun. I did like that one. I didn't really play all through the first one, but I remember the second one was my favorite because I did play the second and third one, and I hated the third one.
I remember, I don't know what happened, but I'll never forget the fucking Diego came to my house one time and I was playing Fable 2. and he while I went to the bathroom or something like that, he just fed my guy like a bunch of like cheese and
Dang, just made him fat
made
in
him
5
fat.
minutes.
Made him fat, and like for years, I had that account for years, and I could never ever get rid of his belly. And to this day, like I've never forgiven him for that. Like that was so fucking mean. That game was fun. I liked, because I wanted to bring up how like Starfield incentivizes you to kind of like be good.
Yeah.
I always liked how tantalizing and what's his name in Fable 3 made it sound to be evil. Like he's like remember how like in Fable 2 they have like the heroes? You have like the girl who's like the fighter. Yeah. Remember like the cocky like gun guy?
You know what's funny is that girl that you just described, her name is literally just Hammer.
Hammer, yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah. And then there's a super cool like mage guy.
Yeah.
And then there's like that douchebag with like, is it like Reaver or something
Reaver,
like that?
yeah.
Yeah. And he's alive in Fable 3 and he's like your advisory.
Yeah.
And he's always just like, yeah, we could feed those orphans. Oh, hear me out. So that's how he talks.
I like how all the choices were all like, you could do this for the community or this for the community or this, which will get you a lot of money.
yeah. So like, I don't think that game causes like psychopaths. I just think that it really like just.
I thought the bad guy in that game was fucking stupid. Because remember, it was just like some like.
Lucius.
Is that what it was? It was like
Fable 2 or 3?
3.
Fable 3 was like the dark. Like that's
It
all
was
it
like,
was.
yeah, it was like a sandstorm monster or something.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking dumb.
Fable 2, it's Lucius.
Lucius. No, yeah, I liked Fable 2 a lot. I remember my guy looked really sick. And you know what was funny? I'll never forget because you had Fable 2 and you let me borrow it. I still have it, by the way.
That's dope.
You let me borrow it. And I remember I figured out how to do an infinite XP glitch in the game.
Yeah.
And it was funny because like I had it for like a day, and then you came over, and I was like, "Look what I figured out how to do." And I showed you like the infinite XP glitch, so now my guy had like max stats, everything. And then you were like, "Wow, I wish I knew how to do that." And I was like, "Oh, I'll show you." And then you're like, "Well, now I kind of want it back." And then you took it back, fucking bitch.
You look a kid, dude.
You let me borrow it for a day, and then I showed you infinite XP, and then you were like, "Well, I'm gonna play this some more."
I'm like a child. I just saw you have more fun with my toy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
I've never forgotten that. I was like, wow.
Well, that was a good monologue of video games to start the show. I'm sure my parents loved listening to that for a little bit. Wanted to talk about a couple things that are happening in the world. Primarily, I kind of want to start doing it's Jacob's football corner.
Jacob's football corner. You're on, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. So the Raiders lost, but we're not going to talk about that.
We're
We're gonna skip past that irrelevant information.
I like how you arranged for Danny to be right over your shoulder.
Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, the girls gave me that for my birthday.
That's cute.
Yeah. I want to talk about how the Dolphins beat the Broncos 70-20. Which
70-20.
I know you already knew
Sorry,
that,
I'm
right?
just gonna be here for you.
That's okay. That's actually 3 points away from the actual record of highest scoring NFL game in history.
Wow.
I know. I just hate the Broncos so much. So that's such good. Like evisceration, like we didn't lose that bad. We lost by like 6 points. But my enemy lost by 50. It's like
It's almost like you won.
I would have rather gone to that game than like any home Raiders game.
So you'd rather go to a game just to watch the Broncos
Yeah,
lose
dude.
than
And
to watch the
I would be
Raiders
in
win?
full regalia. It's like a sea of like, because what are the Dolphins called? It's like baby blue, like aquamarine and like white.
Yeah, like blue and orange. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just like you have like orange and like purple for like the Broncos.
Yeah.
And you just have one little speck of just black and silver. And I'm there, I'm like 25. Yeah! Dude, I would be so happy. Yeah. So that was pretty sweet. Also, the Cowboys Cowboy fans did get knocked down a peg after losing to the Cardinals, which have been notoriously a shitty team. So, all in all, it was a weird week for football. That's really all I wanted to say about that issue, but fuck the Broncos.
Fuck you, Broncos.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like,
Get him out of here.
everyone, has their own opinions on football fans, but I will always and forever. Oh, Benji's in attack mode.
What?
Oh boy. Anyways, I feel like everyone has like their worst fans ever. So like for me, like I'm trying to think like because I think Cardinals were the worst fans ever, honestly. But then definitely Cowboys. I don't know. I didn't grow up in enough areas other than like Arizona to like have another opinion. Raiders fans were always cool to me, obviously.
once again, I'm just a Raiders fan by proxy because I've never really settled on a football team.
Really?
Yeah. So
If I didn't exist, is there one that's like kind of like in the running?
I always liked the bird teams.
Okay, so Falcons, Eagles,
I
Cardinals.
started out liking the Falcons as a little kid just because I was like black and red. It's cool, you know. And then I liked the Seahawks because I thought blue and green was like futuristic looking. I don't know. I liked it for dumb reasons. I'm an artist. I'm not a
Yeah, no, you're like a wife. So I like the blue team.
I like their costumes.
Yeah. I remember that I love the Falcons because I was in love with Michael Vick. And like I thought he was so cool. Like I always because it reminded me of like going back to fucking video games again, but like when you'd play like NFL Street and you had like a custom character, like by the end of the game, he's good at everything.
Yeah.
So it's like it was always cool to see like a quarterback that could just like run and break ankles and stuff. So I always thought he was super cool. That was also like the first time like I ever dealt with like a sports hero like allegations of crime. Like I remember that. Like I definitely remember like my dad watching like what is it, ESPN?
Yeah.
And there's like Michael Vick has been accused of like dog fighting.
Yeah, dude.
And like I didn't even know what dog fighting was, so I was like, that sounds cool. Like that's
Dang.
yeah.
He's just killing dogs.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I was just like but like in my kid head, I was like, but he's Michael Vick, dude. Like you know what I mean? Like I definitely felt like, yeah, he could do no wrong because in my head, that's all I knew about him was that he was fast.
Dang.
I thought that was so cool.
He kept playing too, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to jail for a little bit, and then he came back and he retired with the Eagles.
Dang, dude. I feel like if you can commit a heinous crime like that and then still get signed, like
Yeah.
you must have been pretty damn good.
That's just what being famous is, dude. Like it's like one of those things where this is what's so interesting to me about like all sports in general is that like yeah, and this is a topic that we were going to talk about with Taylor Swift. Like at one point you are looked at such a commodity
Yeah.
that most teams will turn eyes to a lot.
Yeah.
Like I am still under the impression after watching that. Did you ever watch the Eric Hernandez documentary? Remember that guy? That's the guy that played for the Patriots that was convicted of murder. Oh, well, the dude, like, I mean, the dude failed out of like psych evals. The dude, like, was taking fucking gear. Like,
Yeah.
there's a fucking mental case.
Yeah.
And like Bill Belichick, the owner, like, they knew
Mm-hmm.
he was a solid fucking player. So it's just like, you know, it's just like, hey, man, like,
We'll pretend we don't
just
know.
save that for out there. You know what I mean? Like, just don't do, yeah. Like, seriously, man. It's like you look at, but then like I don't know where like there's people who weren't necessarily like home names, but they're still in the NFL. Like there was a guy, fucking his name escapes me now, but he played for the Raiders. One season with the Raiders, fucking gets a DUI, but crashes his car and kills somebody.
Ew.
And that was a few years ago. He's not playing. So it really just like when you're that much of a commodity, dude. Like it's almost scary to know that you can kind of just.
Who's the real pieces of shit? I mean, because I mean, don't the Raiders gonna have like a reputation for being pieces of shit? But they won't sign no murderer,
Right.
At least you know
Right.
they won't sign no dog killer.
Right. You know, we were supposed to get not dog killer, but fucking dad kiss on the mouther. We were going to supposedly get Tom Brady before he retired.
Whoa.
And now he owns a piece of the team, which really upsets me because of like that event I told you about called the Tuck Rule incident. Like Tom Brady's the reason why we didn't go to the Super Bowl that year. And so like it's kind of like remember in Ace Ventura where she's like laces out, they were in. Remember like yeah. Like that's how I feel about the Tuck Rule. You know what I mean? Like it's like definitely like I would kidnap like how she kidnapped Dan Marino. I was kidnapped. The shoulder was down, you know?
Dang.
But yeah, it's crazy. In light of that news, I did read an article that Taylor Swift netted over $1 billion in Los Angeles alone for ticket sales, or gross. So that's merchandise, that's concessions, that's everything. $1 billion.
$1 billion.
I think it said that. I think it said that each of her it was like 3 shows netted about like 360 million.
That's fucking retarded. Dude.
It's crazy. Isn't that insane, dude?
I don't think any musician needs to be a billionaire.
No.
That's fucking insane.
It is crazy.
She's
Dude.
she's like a world power now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's just like even if we wanted to make the joke about like the eyes wide shut parties and stuff like that celebrities have,
Yeah.
it's just like, would that honestly surprise you? Like,
That's fucking crazy. Taylor Swift could hire her own like private military.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
She could hire the whole military of
Let me
like
see.
Peru.
Let me see if I could find the article because like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, dude, like I was just saying this about Metallica. Like when we were driving there, I was like, there was traffic. I was like,
Yeah.
can you imagine being so important that you fuck up local traffic?
One can only hope, I guess.
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna talk about that sad boxing video I saw.
Oh, hold on, not yet. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, the highest grossing tour of all time. Yeah, no, it doesn't really say much other than that. She broke Ticketmaster.
Dang.
Yeah, the average ticket price was $253.56 to see Taylor Swift. Now, biases aside, I don't think it's bad music. Like, and I guess there could be worse role models than Taylor Swift, right? I mean, I don't. Is she a bad? Has she done anything bad? I don't think so. She just has a lot of boyfriends.
She's broken a lot of boys' hearts.
Yeah,
That's it.
Oh, dating Travis Kelce now too from the Chiefs. There was like this whole thing. So like I know, yeah, you were like I don't know anything about that. There was like this whole thing that like him and his brother have a fucking podcast, which of course they do. So
Yeah.
don't you hate when famous people just scab off your idea? Like that's
I know.
so
Fucking,
stupid. Like
wow, Travis Kelce.
like what else do you need?
We did it first.
Do you know that we shopped at the dollar store today, everybody? Do you know that we all, as roommates, went to the dollar store and were like, I said verbatim, when I shop here, I get a high because I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And these two fuckheads have the audacity to get a podcast about being brothers in the NFL, mind you. That means that at their Thanksgiving, they have 2 Super Bowl champions in their house. And then they go, you know what? They need more of us. Let's just start a podcast. Let's get the best equipment ever. And then because we're just famous, like we'll just get sponsorships.
Damn.
Like I think you got to start from the ground up, man. All of this, like I'm waiting for the fucking Tom Cruise podcast.
I'd watch that.
Cruising with Cruise.
Dang.
Cruising with Tom.
Cruising with Tom. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, cruising with Tom. So don't steal that idea. I'll fucking sue you, Tom Cruise. I'll sue Hubbard himself. Talk to me, fucking. But anyways, on that podcast, they were talking. He's like, yeah, I tried giving Taylor Swift my number, and like, she had to go. Like, I was like gonna talk to her and like give her like a note with my number, and like she was like, that's how important she was. She was like, I don't need to talk to this Super Bowl champion.
Talk to this fucking football player.
But now they're dating, I guess. Do you think that you would use like? Do you think that like if you were like Clooney, you would use like those famous people dating apps? Like, would you really like just like be?
There's famous people dating.
Oh
apps?
yeah, like would you be like? I forget what it's called, but you have to get invited. You have to be invited to the. But like, you imagine
It's
like
so weird. Just like swiping. It's just like like Emma Watson.
yeah,
Like-
yeah. Could you imagine like you just like have some, like you're having some wine and a cigarette in your hot tub and you're like, oh, Anne Hathaway. You know what I mean? Like, what's she up to? And then you guys match, and you're like, "Hey, Anne."
Jennifer Lawrence, nah, she's too slutty.
Yeah, it's all that. Come on, man.
Nah, everybody's seen that.
Everyone's been there for her, if you know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, yeah. Wouldn't that be like weird?
That would be weird, but man, like imagine swiping left on a famous woman.
Like, imagine if we were 2 famous entities, but like we weren't like the friends that we are.
yeah,
But like my person called your person and was like, "Hey, like they have 2 podcasts, like they should like do a show together." And it's like people know us as like they address us as like, "Oh, dude, did you see the episode of the podcast that Jacob Santoro's on?" Or like, "Oh, the one that Christian Talone does with whatever," you know?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I'd want to be like, "Hey, Christian Talone." You know what I mean? Like it'd be weird to be like, "What's up, dude?" Like
yeah.
it's such a eerie feeling like to think about being famous. Like I think about like famous comedians who have done like those like tours. Like Workaholics is currently doing a tour for their podcast. Like that is so weird. Like when we did ScaredyCon for episode 100, that felt weird a little bit, didn't it?
I liked it.
I liked it too. No, but it was just like different. It was. I mean, people weren't there
I felt important.
Yeah.
You know.
Like people weren't there for us necessarily, but like it was interesting to have people watch us.
Yeah.
So like it would be interesting to like we don't have to like pack up anything. We just like get off the fucking Comerica Theater and just like
Yeah, dude.
like,
No,
like
that was a cool feeling because it was like how would you describe it? It was like we were like the cool table, you know?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, man, like I think like to be like a Taylor Swift in the world, like it must make you feel so alienated.
Probably. I mean, she has no fucking privacy. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like when you're a celebrity, you don't. Remember that video or pictures of fucking Hillary Duff like giving her man a beach, like
Some dome.
yeah, after she got proposed to. She like,
Oh yeah, I remember that,
yeah.
dude.
I feel like he knew because he had the window wide open and he was on his bed like,
Dude, how cool would it be though? Like
What?
just be like, wow, Hillary Duff. Like,
To get a BG from Hillary Duff?
yeah,
That'd be pretty
dude.
sick,
I don't know who her man's was. Like, I don't know like how famous he was, or if he's been famous for a long time. But I genuinely sometimes think about like me being like, I remember watching Lizzie McGuire,
Yeah.
and then if I was like, oh, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like
It's
that's
Lizzie McGuire.
yeah, dude. Like it's just like I don't know. Like I feel like it goes away. Every person who's famous has to have been that like starstruck person, like the first time they were at like a big party.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? And it has to go away eventually. But like I always just think like I feel like I would never be like, what's up, Tom? Like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I'd always be like, oh, Tom Hanks, like that's so cool of you.
Tom Hanks just like nudges you on the shoulders, just like, hey man, act like you've been here before.
Yeah.
You're making a scene.
Hey, don't worry about it, Mr. Hanks. You got a friend in me.
Just do Woody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say Will.
Yeah. Like that sounds like I feel like that'll never. I don't know.
No, I feel it, dude. I don't think either of us would be very good at being famous, but
Yeah.
it would be fun if it ever happened.
But like I always think of like people who did start at the bottom and then go up, like Good Mythical Morning. Like I wonder how they are in their circles. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, would you consider them famous?
yeah. Oh yeah. They, I mean, they're. I mean,
Yeah, they have one of the biggest
Yes.
like podcasts.
Those
for
YouTube
sure. Or
channels.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I guess so. I don't know.
yeah.
Don't know.
I'd like to be famous. Like
I just don't want to be like influencer famous. You know?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't want to end up having to like sell my soul to TikTok or something, and like you just having to do stupid shit on the internet for views.
No.
You know?
No, I don't think we're in that wheelhouse. Like
I don't want to
think
be like Logan Paul, like just being, you know, almost 40 and acting like a fucking idiot.
handsome and successful.
Yeah, but also, you know, acting like a fucking child.
Dude, I don't know.
How old is Logan Paul?
What do you think? What's your guess? He's got to be like in his 30s.
I'm gonna say 34.
Let's see.
That probably can't be right. He's probably younger than us,
Logan
honestly.
Paul's 28.
28? I'm a
April-
year older than Logan Paul.
18 or April 1st, 1995.
God damn it, that sucks.
What about, well, Jake Paul's the older brother. Did you mean Jake Paul?
Jake Paul's not the older brother.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
He looks older.
Yeah, he looks horrible. That dude looks like a truck driver.
He's 26.
Yeah. God damn.
There is a gun in my mouth right now. That's fucking. I don't know. I feel like
34. I mean, yeah. I thought he was older than me.
famous people just look older. Like that's just like I have no other way to describe it than they just look older.
No, yeah, you were right. He is handsome.
Is there
But-
like, or is your phone going off?
No.
Am I going crazy?
Yeah.
Oh. He's born. Oh man.
Yeah.
What were we busy doing? Like that's what I'm so confused about. Like what were we busy doing to not get in on this trend?
I
Not being
was
cringe.
busy wasting time and money in college. You were busy wasting time and money on a lady.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
Not just living life with a girlfriend. That's all that means.
And what else were you doing?
Living life, pretending
What is living life mean?
pretending to go to school and work.
What did you do with her?
Existed?
Yeah. That's living life?
Yeah.
Existing?
No, I'm just saying. What's the answer that you're looking for?
Just you said what were we doing? And basically I'm just getting to the point that we were kind of just wasting time.
Well, yeah, that's why we're not together anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you fucking up my ass about?
I'm not up your ass about it. I'm
You
sorry.
got all defensive.
I was confused. Don't cry. Do you think that really that
I
like,
wasted time with a woman too. It's all right. Every girlfriend I've had has been a waste of time.
Do you feel that way? I kind of
Sometimes.
No, see, I feel bad for saying that. I feel like I learned a lot of
I
lessons.
did get a son out of it, so that's cool. So
I learned kind of. I think,
thank you for that, but yeah, everything else kind of
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for saying that because I feel like every relationship I've had, I've learned a positive lesson,
sure, but
and I don't hate it.
doesn't mean that you were good as a relationship.
No, I'm just saying that like I don't think I hate any of them.
I don't hate any of mine either, but
All of mine were just so awkwardly ended, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm horrible at like dumping or getting dumped. Like
yeah.
felt like a job interview or like I got fired. I hope I never get fired again, dude. That's the worst.
I've been fired.
I've been fired a lot more times than I thought I was.
I've been fired twice.
I've been fired 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
From where?
The warehouse,
Okay.
the check cashing place,
Right.
and then Art's friend fired me.
Oh fuck. I got fired by my own uncle. That sucked.
Yeah, that sucks.
Right after having a baby.
How would you fire me?
Huh?
Like,
How
what
would
if you
I fire
had to,
you?
yeah, how, like, what if you like, what if you had to fire me? So, like, what if like,
All right, give me some like.
yeah, okay, so we work at like, let's just say we work at like GM, right?
Okay.
Like we're like factory workers, and
Uh-huh.
like I deal with like radiator fans, and
Uh-huh.
I've just been really slacking on production, but like.
But
But like,
it's like you've been talked to about it, and it's just
yeah,
not
yeah,
getting
yeah.
better.
But like, okay, so let's just say that like this is the first time you've had to talk to me about it. But like our like your boss, so like my boss's boss was like, hey man, you got to be the one to do it. Maybe it was like malicious, like he wanted to be like, hey, like he's gonna make his friend fire him. But like, let's just say like every time we meet, like you don't ever really bring it up. But that's not out
Oh,
of
so
character.
this is like we're still friends?
Yeah, we're
and I have
homies.
to fire you?
Yeah, like we live together and all that stuff, and I'm just like, dude, you know, they fucking too much work on that conveyor belt, dude. Like on, and you're just like, yeah. So like, okay, so normally you're like, hey, so what would you say, like, because normally like we meet at like the break room at like 1 for lunch
Yeah.
together.
So I'd probably tell you like okay, so when am I supposed to fire you? Because usually they give you like a time frame.
Right. So like you're like, hey, like,
Like during lunch. That's what
well,
you're
no,
supposed
you
to
got to fire me. I'm assuming if it's going by standard, you got to fire me like as soon as I clock in. So it's got to be like, let's just say like 6
Dang,
a.m.
we probably rode to work together.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like we go our own ways because there's like a manager break room and then there's like an employee break room.
Uh-huh.
And so I'd like just clocked in.
See, I feel like we're friends, and I feel like if I had is this like something like I found out at work, like what, like as soon as we clocked in?
You found in the day before. Would you tell me?
I would tell you the day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you say it?
Huh?
Here, I'm just working on the episode. Hey, what's up, man?
I would just be like, hey man, I really got to talk to you. It's important. It's about work. And
Oh, yeah, what's up, man?
And that would immediately give you an anxiety attack.
Yeah, like, oh, what, dude?
Yeah, and then I'd just be like, okay, so I was talking to or Jim pulled me aside.
Oh, fuck Jim, dude.
Yeah, fuck Jim. But he pulled me aside. You know, he kind of has say over me, and I guess from his perspective, I guess you're not achieving your tasks the way he wants them to be achieved, and
Okay.
It sounds like he's gonna fire you tomorrow, and even worse, it sounds like he's gonna make me do it.
What?
Yeah,
Why would he do that?
I don't fucking know. Like we said, like he's a fucking asshole. But
Well, I mean, are you gonna do it?
I mean, I don't have a choice.
Come on, dude. I feel like
I could try not to. I could try, like, if we clock in tomorrow, I could try not to, like, to ask him not to let me do it.
Well, I mean, do you want?
But
red
if I don't do it, someone's gonna.
do you want red paid this month?
I do want red paid, but it's not my choice.
You better make it your choice, dude. I don't want to get fired.
Here's what I'll do.
What? What if I call out sick tomorrow and then like you give them some time to like, just let them they're probably just upset, right? I mean,
No,
like,
you can't do that because we live together. They know that. Like, they'll fucking think I gave you the heads up.
I'll tell them like
This is what you do. I say, because I think it's gonna happen either way.
Yeah.
I say you just take the firing, right? Try to get a severance out of it. I think you will because we're union.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be okay for at least a little while.
And right there, I want to let you know in real life, once you said that, I would be crying. Like in real life,
We are a union. That makes it
in
more-
real life, dude, I'd be crying right now.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so
no,
what-
I would tell you outside of work just to make it not sting as bad.
Okay, but what about we just clocked in and you were just told?
And I was just told
Yeah.
I would get it over with as quick as possible, dude. I'd be like, come on, man, we gotta go talk.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I would sit you down and just be like, all right.
I feel like there's no way for you to corral me into thinking something's okay.
No.
Yeah, dude, like we
No.
need to talk.
Because it's like I'm not able to tell you that you're fired right there,
Yeah.
right where everybody can see.
Yeah.
So no matter what, I'm gonna have to be like, hey, we have to step aside.
I would beg, plead, and cry to not make me be the one to fire you, dude.
Yeah, me too. I would too. I would immediately say conflict of interest. I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
because I live with this guy and it's gonna ruin our home lives if I'm the one that has to do it.
Do you think it would ruin it? I don't think I would.
No,
hate
but
you,
I would
man.
say that,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm not the one that has to do it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I've been fired before. Both times it fucking sucked. First time was my uncle, which I don't blame him for it. I deserved it. I fucking sucked at that job as a forklift driver. That was not a fun job.
I crashed my
And
forklift texting, so
I crashed my forklift into a fucking pillar once. I didn't tell nobody.
I hit mine where the beds were.
I didn't tell nobody, and I dented the fucking bar, and I didn't tell nobody, and there was a big old talk about it, and nobody admitted to it, and
That job was so fun, dude.
yeah.
I mean, when it was hot, it sucked, and then like sometimes you just had fucking like load up duty, so you literally have to sit there and while like cars and trucks pull up, and then you like load all their shit in. But working the cherry pickers was so fun. Like you just like, yeah, dude, like you just harness yourself in. You have a little gun,
Yeah.
you know, and you just like beep beep, and you like grab stuff, and you like you climb up, dude. It was such a fun like. I mean, like yeah, it's just mind numbing work, but like for the first 2.5 weeks, like I felt like a kid like playing.
Oh yeah, dude, me too. Like I loved driving the forklift.
Yeah.
Like that was my favorite part about it. I think what I really like my actual work started to suffer pretty bad because we had gotten a new forklift and we used to drive these like little square like Toyotas, right?
Yeah.
And we got a new one in. I can't remember what brand it was, but it was like wider. Like it looked like it was more like of a construction vehicle than like an actual forklift. It was big and yellow, had giant tires on it and stuff, and it wouldn't quite fit in the. It was wider than a pallet, right? The other ones were skinnier than a pallet or about the size. So you were able to like if there was like 2 rows of pallets here, you were able to just like squeeze in there and grab what you needed to get, right? Yeah. But this one was wider, so you had to like really like angle the thing and then like push the arms way out. And it was like it took a little bit more finesse to drive that one. It was also faster than the other ones. Yeah. And I thought I was excited because I was getting the new one, right? But I could tell the other guys like knew what was up with it, and that's why they didn't want to use that one.
Yeah.
But
dude, I was rolling in it. Back then I was making $15 an hour, dude. I felt fucking invincible. And I got paid weekly.
That's pretty cool.
I cannot believe I fucked that job up. Texting a lady. Best part, always and forever. I feel like I've said this 1,000 times on this show, but the best part was finding out that my mom called that warehouse because she didn't believe that's why I got fired.
Dang.
And I was like, what else would you expect? Like I was like drinking and driving. Like,
I would also be pissed.
Yeah.
I definitely went to work hungover at that other job, at the forklift job before.
Oh yeah, no.
I remember that. That was not fun. But no, I had my life was kind of difficult at that time, so I was barely getting any sleep, and I had to work at like 7 a.m. Be there at 6
That's
a.m.
what I'm saying, dude. Like at one point, like if this gets better and like this picks up and like we do stuff like fun stuff, like we're going on fucking like tours, or we can at least go to like events, different states and countries and stuff like that. It's kind of like a grass is always greener thing. Like I feel like one day you wake up and you're just like, oh my god, my schedule's so fucking full. Like I haven't seen Jacob and fucking like we literally only see each other when we record now. Like we have to do fucking sponsorship readings. I gotta travel here because I'm making an appearance on this show. You know what I mean? And it's like at what point are you just like, fuck man, like I miss like the warehouse days. You know what I mean? But
I don't think I would ever look back at it that fondly.
no, I mean, but it's like, what? I heard a really cool quote today or yesterday that so sometimes when I do this, I feel like your dad, and I'm just like want to share scripture with you. You know what I mean? Just like the other day I was watching, it was kind of like one of those like stoicism pages, and it said the grass is greener where you water it, and I was like, that's kind of nice. Like a lot of people are always just like, I think it's always nice like wanting to achieve like the better thing, like you always want like, but like I'm obsessed with it. Like I'm obsessed with always wanting more or better, like upgrades.
Sure.
But I think like a lot of people do that, like me, and then like we don't take time to kind of appreciate like what we have.
Yeah.
So like I read that today, and I was like, that's really nice. Like I kind of want to like write that somewhere, so I always remember it. Like the grass is always greener where you water it.
Support the show. Patreon.com/BasementDwellerProductions. Thank you all so much for the support. And now more of the Basement Dwellers.
So what about that boxer?
No, that's too sad now.
Dude, that was so sad. That's so sad. Please stop. My head hurts.
It was Pritchard Cologne.
Yeah, dude.
He was like on his way to become like one of the best boxers of all time. He was in a boxing match with Terrell Williams, I believe his name was, and they were both undefeated.
So it's a big deal.
So it's a big fight, It's like no matter one of us is gonna lose and one of us is gonna break our streak.
Yeah.
So this guy's fighting super fucking dirty, right? And he's like, they call it a rabbit punch, which I guess is like a quick little like hook to the back of the head.
Okay.
And he kept doing that every time they would lock up and they would break it. He would go and like nail him like right here, right? And Pritchard would like you could tell he was telling him like throughout the match, like he's like rubbing the back of his head, like what the fuck are you doing? And he keeps doing that to him, and it keeps happening, and it gets really fucking sad after a point, because like there's a point where like he even like wants to stop the fight himself, and he like tells his corner like I don't want to fight anymore, like something's up, I feel dizzy, And they're like, no, you're fine. Just keep going. Drink some water. Keep going. And then it gets to the point where he has to speak to like the side doctor or whatever they're called, like the medical professional guy. The guy checks his eyes, checks his reaction, whatever. He's just, you're fine. Go back out there. And then you see him go back out, and he's like really slow now. Right? He's just like, he's still doing what he has to do, but he's real slow. And it happens like I think 2 more times. He gets punched in the back of the head. Literally goes to all fours, and he's like, "Fuck," And the commentators are even like, "Oh wow, I don't know. Like, what do you think's happening?" And then one of the guys is like, "Oh, I think this is an Academy Award winner right here. Like, I've seen a lot of that in this fight." Like, basically saying like he's faking.
Yeah.
And it happens. I forget how it ends, but
Well, we know how it ends.
well, no, the thing is like it's fine. Like the match goes, I think, all the way to the end.
He loses.
It goes all the way to the end, or they stop it or something. But also the ref is not calling any of these like fucking dirty hits.
At one point, I would just take a fucking dive.
Yeah, the coach or the ref isn't calling anything.
Yeah.
So then something happens. I forget if he wins or loses, or if they broke it off. I forget. But says he's like more or less fine when the match ends, and then he goes to the locker room, and then he collapses and starts puking everywhere, right? And then they take him to the hospital, and he's in a coma for 220 something days. And when he wakes up, he's like a vegetable. And like you can see now, like he can't even stand up on his own. Like he's, it's really sad. If you want to see it, look up Pritchard Cologne, and it's like it's so crazy, dude. Like I don't want to say like he's because he was like a really good looking guy.
Yeah, he's a handsome dude.
But it's like now he has like an eye that doesn't look straight. He's kind of slack jaw. He can't talk.
Yeah,
he can kind of barely move his hands. It's really sad, but you can tell he's still in there because there's a video where he's like propped up on like this thing.
Yeah.
And his sister's like playing with him, and she's like pretending to fight with him, right? And you can tell like the reflexes are still there because like she's like pretending to throw punches at him, and he's just like, he's like trying to bob and weave him, but he can't move. Yeah. But you can tell he's like the reaction time is still there.
Do you feel like you'd have to apologize if you were what's his name?
Fuck yes, you should apologize. What the fuck? Yeah. Not only should he have apologized, he should have done a lot more than that because he straight up told like in some shit talking during the match. Because I think, I think somewhere during the fight, like after like 2 or 3 like punches to the back of the head, he straight up punches him in the nuts. He punches Terrell Williams in the nuts. I think, pretty sure, like a below the belt, and then he like gets pissed off and he's just like he says something like "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and then he fucking ends that dude's
Did he
life.
apologize?
I don't think he has.
Oh, that's rough.
I think he says something like, I pray for his family, blah, 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 but I don't think he's ever officially apologized. And the funny thing is, like, if you go to, like, his Facebook page, I think he posts, like, maybe once a year or something, and every time, like, he makes a post, it's just people on there, like, you fucking ended that boy's life, you ruined that family. Because think about it, going from, like, a prospective, like, boxing champion family, right, making lots of boxing money, and then now, all of a sudden, all that money is having to go to taking care of a disabled family member.
Yeah, dude.
Like, your life flips after that. That's fucking insane.
Not an apology.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And then everyone says, like, oh, well, he knew what he signed up for. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, I think about that, and it's like, some shit like that almost happened in wrestling, too. Like, in high school, like, I remember one of our guys fucking broke his neck.
Yeah, dude.
And I seen a dude whose arm got bent backwards, and you see some shit, man. I don't know, but like combative sports, dude, are kind of scary.
How many rounds do you think that you could last? And like, if you knew it was going to go the distance, how long do you think until you get exhausted? I was watching some boxing the other day. Rounds are 10 minutes.
I don't know.
15, 10 minutes, something like that. I don't know, but there's like 14 rounds sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I can go like 3 rounds until I'm fucking exhausted.
3 rounds with like an equal fighter?
Yeah. Like if I knew it was going to go to the distance, like right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like even like sparring, if we were to do like sparring,
yeah,
I could do like 3 rounds before I'm like, it looks so exhausting, dude. Like I feel like that's what would
Yeah, dude. You
I haven't been
definitely-
punched hard enough. I don't think. Like, I don't know how I would take a punch.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, when we were kids, punched me really hard with boxing gloves, and I do remember falling. But like, that was a child on child. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I always wonder like how I could take a punch right now.
Yeah, dude. I feel like it's one of those things because like think about this. Like, do you think you could win in a fight?
I think if it's against an equal match purchase, like no. Like I feel like I would need to have some kind of either like weight or reach distance like advantage.
Sure. Let's say you have weight and reach distance.
like just some like little scrawny hillbilly dude at the bar giving me shit. Like
yeah, but he's like pretty fit. Like he could, like if he got a good hit on you, he probably would take you down. So you'd have to worry about not getting hit. But
I wouldn't say that like I couldn't like beat anybody. Like I think I could win a fight in theory.
but you stand somewhat of a chance.
Oh, I mean, like I wouldn't just be like, "I'm sorry, sir." You know, like I would definitely throw my honor out there. Yeah.
This is what I think. So because I was thinking about it, like I think I would win in a fight, but I've never actually really been in a real fight. You know.
Me neither.
So now I'm thinking about like, after that first fight, you're gonna be like this. I did this wrong. I'm never gonna do that again. Right. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I should have not got hit there.
Yeah.
Right. Getting punched in my jaw was a lot more disorienting than I thought it was. You know, like that kind of shit.
You know what I fear?
Well, hold on. So like what I'm saying is like imagine now, right? Somebody who does that for a living and fights every single day. Right? So that's why I'm like people don't realize like the fact that like martial artists like really like have a major advantage over anybody who's never trained in anything.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you're strong, even if you're fast, like if you're going against someone who fights every day, dude, you're not gonna win.
No. I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of my opportunity like coming. Like okay, like because I'm gonna get anxious. I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to be in a fight. Like that's how I'll treat it every single time. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like to fight. I'm not. You know me. I'm not a fucking angry guy. But I'm always afraid of like if I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fight this person.
Yeah.
I'm really scared, but I'm not gonna show it. And then like my next immediate thought is like they just start the fight by just doing the fastest right hook, and then I just don't even get a chance.
And sometimes it happens that way, dude.
You know what I would need you to do? I would need you to just not make me feel bad. Like on that car ride home, like I'm not gonna say much.
Just damn, dude, you went down like a little bitch.
Yeah, see, I can't like because I would definitely try to be such a good wife to you. Like if that happened, I'd be like, hey man,
It's all right, man.
you want a burger? You want to go get a burger or something?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I would because like I feel like that would over anything losing like that, like just in a quick like just one shot to the ground. It is a fragile male ego thing, but I would be devastated like the whole day. I'm like, I cannot believe I got knocked on my ass.
Yeah, dude, it's one of those things. It's like it's a lot scarier than people think it is. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of people think you could just fucking go and throw down, but it's like no, for real. Like it takes one hit to kill you.
I mean, I've been in pushing before.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know?
know. Like I saw this video. It was my brother one time. I forget what happened, but there was like this big old like dust up like in like a concert or something that he was at, and a bunch of people were fighting, and he wasn't fighting anybody, or maybe he was. I can't remember, but someone was recording it, and you see my brother like stand up, and he like looks over some way, and some dude just flies at him from behind and just nails him in the back of the head, and you just see my brother go just like a fucking log, dude, just gets dropped.
Oh.
And I don't know if he wants me to share that story because I barely remember it, but I remember it was like one of those things where like you see it happen, and it's because I knew that was my brother. Like I almost wanted to cry. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, that's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
And apparently he was like unconscious for a minute. Like, ugh. Then my fucking sister used to do. My sister used to be in a secret fight club that she didn't tell anybody about, where she would just go and fucking fight bitches.
Dos chingazos.
Yeah, dude. I was in a fight club briefly in college. That was fun.
The woodsman one.
Yeah, dude, that was fun.
Your fucking roommate. Wonder what he's up to. What is he up to? What's his name? Ben?
Ben. I don't know what he's up to right now. I haven't talked to him in a minute.
The Viking?
Yeah, dude.
Ben Yor? Oh, something cool like that.
Ben. No, I'm not gonna say.
We did I did bodies when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like it just made me sad sometimes though, because all your friends are just all misshapen and mismatched. So like I won't say his last name, but do you remember that kid Daniel? Hung out with Cody
No.
and Justin,
No.
little guy, ICP guy.
Can I just mute you and tell me?
No, because if I don't remember his last name, how to pronounce it
Okay.
correctly. But anyways, He was just like, I mean, there was nothing wrong with him. He was just like a kid that would say things that would permit you to make fun of him because he said them. Like, did you really just say that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, more like ICP stuff, which we'd always like play around, like, you know, but like one day we were just at like that park and we're just like, let's just play bodies.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I was like paired up with him.
Uh-huh.
I'm like twice his size. It was just really sad. Like I was just like,
Like
and,
you were
like,
just beating him up.
yeah, like because we were like playing and like the first and I literally just like, and I'm not a fighter. I want to make that very clear. So
Yeah.
in my head, what a 1-2-3 combo was probably just like,
Yeah.
you know, and he straight up was just like, like I wanted to start crying, and I was like, this wasn't fun for me. Like, I feel like I was fighting a fucking Ewok,
Ow,
dude. Like,
Jacob, you're hurting me.
yeah. Like boys are so
It's
fucking
me.
boys are so fucking violent, dude. Like there was this other kid who he went to high school with us and had a super like fucking toned chin and like horrible acne, but he looked like he was like 33.
Uh-huh.
And he was like one of the fitness bros. Like he would walk around like school with like one of those like these things, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember we were playing flag football in PE, and this guy like Troy Polamalu'd me. Like I just fucking jumped in the air and he fucking just gut checked. Blah, like
He's
in my,
got, like spear tackle.
yeah, and I'm just like, what was the point of this? Like, and the dudes that did that were always just like, they were just like, yeah, fucking. All the girls were watching.
I mean, I remember one time. I was in like third or fourth grade.
Yeah.
Right. My dad had put me and my brother in karate. I think I told you a little bit about this. My dad put me and my brother in karate and embarrassed the fuck out of us because we were in karate for like 2 weeks, and I guess that's like how long before you get like your gi, you know? So like before you're even a white belt, right? Like you're just in there in sweats and a t-shirt, barefoot, like a poor kid. And so we did this, and me and my brother, like we were I think we were too young to do karate because we went in there and we were just like, whoa, look at all these ninja weapons.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know?
Just being a kid.
Yeah. So like there's a thing where they had us do this drill, and it was like you have to run around the mat, and there's like a stack of mats, and you had to run around, and you had to jump up without using your hands, and then you had to jump down without using your hands. And me and my brother are fucking kids, so we're just like, you know, just zipping around that thing, and our sensei would like yell at us like, "Hey, settle down," you know.
Dude, you would have made fun of me so hard. Like I was like the Dwight Schrute of my karate classes. I was like, yes, sensei. Like I was that guy, dude. Dude, I was so with like green belt, like.
See, this is the thing is like I had fun in it, right? Like I had fun while I was in karate. But when I went to school, I was like, I'm in karate.
Yeah, dude. You know? Yeah, man. I felt like a fucking
Don't
weapon.
fight me, bro. I know karate.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, dude. Was that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? But technically, my hands are registered as legal weapons. So if I kill you, I go to jail. It's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I remember, who was it? I forget one, but like I had another friend who was also in karate, and we like convinced all of our friends to fight. You know,
boys are so devious, dude. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, and like it was like there was like 6 or 7 of us, and we straight up did like tournament style. We were like, okay, so then you two are gonna fight, and then you two are gonna fight, and then you two are gonna fight, and then whoever wins, right? There's gonna be a bye, and then you guys are gonna fight, and then whoever wins is the champion.
I miss being a little boy so bad.
So long story short, I was the champion.
Yeah.
But I remember because I was also doing a bunch of fake shit too. Like I didn't really know karate. I knew like the punches and like the kicks and the kia, right? Yeah. But that was it. Like I knew the blocks too, but that was it. And we didn't learn at speed or anything like that, so it was just like kind of robotic, like kind of stuff I knew. And I remember I was doing like leg sweeps and stuff, like just like low kicks.
Oh, same, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember I tripped. There was this one kid and I was fighting when I tripped him like 3 times. Right, he was getting so mad because he kept getting tripped. And then, like, whatever, I ended up beating him, and they just called it off, and they were like, all right, Christian wins, right? And then I remember this, like, this little chubby kid walked up. He was like, hey. And I was like, what? He's like, I want you to teach me how to fight. And I was like, what? He was just like, I like your moves. I was just like, all right.
Turns out it was me.
But
that's how we met.
No, I just remember like when that kid told me that I felt so fucking cool.
Yeah. I would too. Fuck yeah.
But I didn't fucking know shit. I still don't know shit.
Fuck yeah, motherfucker. That's dope as hell.
Just like I will take you under my wing, grasshopper.
I did when I was in karate. I got in trouble one time because we were learning. I got pretty like up there. Like I remember we got to the point where like we were learning like grapples and like stuff like that. And I remember we were doing like the one where it's just like step 1, step 2, step 3. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
like an arm drag?
Yeah, and no, and then like you roll them over your shoulder and stuff like that.
An arm drag.
Yeah. So like, so I don't remember that, but like we were like just doing those exercises, and I remember I wanted to like impress my sensei and like show him that I knew some off the book shit. so I did the fucking so here I am, and my grapple partner. I was
Can
like,
I guess?
huh?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Was it a suplex?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So it was a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, her name was Sarah. I swear to God. And I was like, Sarah, like get like right here, and then give me your right arm. And she was like, okay. So I was like, 1, and I ended up doing the fucking Yoshimitsu grapple, where he grabs you by the hand, sweeps your leg, and then pushes you on the ground.
Yeah.
Like from Tekken 1.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite game at the time.
Yeah.
And that's all I played was Yoshimitsu and King. So I literally just went like that and just slammed her into the ground. Like I literally felt my chest on, or my palm on like what would have been her titties, and just like, yeah, and I just like slammed her in the ground, dude.
Yeah.
I got in trouble.
Dang.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I fucking didn't do the proper, like,
Discipline. Young
dude,
grasshopper.
I was like,
I feel it, dude. No, because I get it. Because like it starts off so slow,
yeah.
right? Like you're like, I want to learn how to end a person with this. With
Well,
this
I only
stuff.
wanted to do this because I was playing fighting games.
Yeah. Same.
Like, that was it. Like I wanted to do like what the characters did. Like so,
Yeah.
like we play fucking Def Jam
It's
Vendetta.
like, when am I gonna learn the forbidden techniques?
Like before I knew what capoeira was, dude, I was like, I will do whatever it takes to be Eddie from Tekken 2. Like whatever it takes to just be a fucking dancing master.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I was so obsessed with like karate and like WWE and fucking come on, buddy, go. And yeah, it was fucking fun. I remember having like fake fights with my friends too. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was definitely sweeping the leg.
And see, and that's probably why all those fake karate dojos like got so popular, because I'm sure that was what they taught. They were just like, let me teach you some forbidden stuff.
Those
right?
those are so funny, dude.
Or like the fucking what is it? Have you seen those ones where like the dudes like run around and they're just like
Oh yeah.
and that's supposed to be like the momentum or something
Yeah.
like that. It's gonna give you like,
Yeah.
or like I hate those fake kung fu videos where it's always like some fat dude and it's like a whole line of dudes and they're just walking up and he's just like,
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's just. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. Fucking Steven Seagal one where he's wearing the black gi.
yeah, you could block them.
No. It's like a real video, and it's like everyone's like, yeah, like going to run up, and he literally just.
Yeah, no, you're full of shit, dude.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
like-
think right now you could take on Steven Seagal?
Yes.
You think?
Yes. I don't know, because he actually is a
Yeah,
kung fu
I know.
master
Yeah.
or a karate master or whatever.
Yeah.
He fucking does.
But do you think if he was like, all right, let's do this?
I think
Like if this was like a celebrity boxing match and it was you versus Steven Seagal.
see, I don't know. It's like I based on the way he looks, I want to say yes.
What celebrity would you love to have a celebrity boxing match with?
Tom Cruise.
Oh, we've talked about this already.
No, Tom Cruise was my celebrity choice for a guest on the podcast.
So why
But I
Tom
would
Cruise?
also want to fight him
Why?
because I feel like we're the same size. And I just feel like it would be a pretty even match. Maybe not because he's pretty fit, but it would still be fun. And then if I beat him up, I beat up Tom Cruise. That's kind of cool. Why? Who would you fight?
You know, it'd be a fun fight.
Uh.
That girl I told you about, that shitty fucking that Pearl, whatever her name is, that TikToker, like that right wing Republican girl. But like,
Why?
I wish you remembered who that was because that would have made it a lot more funny. But
I'm,
like,
I'm trying to think. Which one is she?
she's the one I told you that had like Nick Fuentes on the podcast. She's the one that's like,
Oh, the one
here's-
that like changes the subject when.
yeah, here's why modern women suck. You know.
Yeah.
Like if I could line that up just so I could like watch just because I'd love to see the crowd like go from like yeah to like oh
So you just want to have like your fucking Andy Kaufman fight?
yeah, but it's like just with her. Like if I had to, if they're like oh no man, like we can't have you do that, I'd be like okay fine. I just want to fight fucking like put Nick Fuentes up there like let's go. Like yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I want like one of
So
those.
you want to like obliterate someone?
yeah. But like
Okay.
like Apollo versus like Drago, you know what I mean? Like Ben Shapiro, I want to obliterate that nerd.
Oh my god!
That would be so funny.
Dang.
Yeah, I just want to fight right wing leaders. Like,
I mean, that's fine. That's fair. I don't know if I would call it a celebrity fight though. I thought you meant like
oh, are we talking big? Are we talking like A-listers?
yeah.
If we're doing A-listers, who would I want to fight? I'd fight Mac Like Always Sunny. That'd be cool. Is he an A-lister? Probably not.
He would kill you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to win. It's just who would I like to fight? That'd be fun. It'd be like,
Okay.
you know?
That's fair.
I mean, in regards to the Pearl, whatever her name is, yeah, I'm trying to fucking...
You know, now that I think about it, Tom Cruise would probably...
Oh, he would fucking kill you.
He'd probably end my life.
Dude, he would end you. Are you serious?
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking
That guy
about it,
jumps off of cliffs on
I'm like,
motorcycles,
Tom
dude.
Cruise definitely does some sort of martial art for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, I want to see you fight Mark Wahlberg. Damn.
Have you seen his new life schedule?
No.
Oh, my God. Check this
His
shit
new
out.
life schedule.
Yeah, dude. So the guy's like, you know, we watched it on the show. Like, he's Mr. Fitness. What?
Benji found the Cheez-It.
Well, remember when he was like stay prayed up and stuff like that?
Yeah.
He's like super genius now, and he's always been like in good shape, but like I guess he's like he I don't know. I gotta find it. Let me see. So I know for a fact the guy goes to bed at like. Oh, here we got it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So 2:30 a.m. wake up. 2:45 prayer time. 3:15 breakfast. 3:40 to 5:15 a.m. workout. Pretty solid workout.
Wait, what time?
3:40 to 5:15.
3:40 a.m.
Yeah, to 5 to yeah.
He has
So
breakfast at 3:30 a.m.
so by the time 5:15 is rolled around, he has prayed, had breakfast, and worked out for an hour and a half. We have 5:30. We have a post meal workout. 6 a.m. we shower, which I'm assuming also means getting ready because an hour and a half later he golfs. For only 30 minutes. He showers for an hour and a half, but he golfs from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. 8 a.m. is a snack. 9:30 a.m. is the cryo chamber recovery, which is where they get their baby souls. That's what that means. You know, that's what, yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like the stem cell thing. That's what, like, celebrity, they just eat babies in there or something like that. I don't fucking
okay.
know. Yeah, you read that somewhere.
That's where he pulls the fetuses out of the cryo chamber.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
10:30 snack. 11 a.m. family time / meeting / work calls, which means it's not family time.
Yeah.
1 p.m. is lunch. From 2 to 3, we have meetings and work calls. 3 to 3:30, we have pick up kids from school and snack. I'm glad he picks up his own kids from school. That's nice.
That is nice.
4 to 5, we have workout number 2. 5, we have shower. 5:30, we have dinner and family time. And then at 7:30, we have bedtime.
7:30.
Yeah.
Damn. Ah, damn, Marky Mark. That's a full schedule.
I know. That sounds exhausting.
I mean, if you're waking up at fucking 3 o'clock, I mean, I guess that's a reasonable time to go to
Man,
bed.
we'll go to bed at 7:30.
I mean, what? He's got his family. He's got money. It's not like he's out there grinding at night. You know,
I know. It's just like, it's just crazy.
that is crazy.
You know what? I feel like there's just some dude at Planet Fitness right now that looks better than Marky Mark.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm starting to have this theory that like makeup
Uh-huh.
fucks with your skin more because like you know what I keep hearing.
I firmly believe that for my entire life.
Like I don't know much about nothing, but like every girlfriend I've ever had has always been like, "Oh, your eyelashes are so beautiful and your skin is so clean," and I'm like, I don't wash my face that much.
Thanks. I take a shower and that's it.
Yeah, and so they're like, "Oh, I would kill for your skin," and I'm just like, all of you have said this.
Stop putting all that shit on there.
That's why I'm like, it's so crazy that I'm like,
No, I think it definitely does something because every female I've ever known
Yeah.
who like takes the makeup off like has like the red irritated skin.
yeah,
Like,
I'm like, that looks so.
I'm like, I get it, and it's like you can't even tell them not to wear it because then they're just like, it's not for you, it's for me,
which is fine. That's
which
great.
I've always heard.
Which I'm like, cool, man. That's cool. Like, look good for you. But I'm just like, that look like it just looks painful. Like,
I'll just
ouch.
be like, but I gotta look at you when that stuff's not on your face.
You're so mean. You're so mean. Ugh.
Ugh, put that back on. Like,
But I was saying, like, so with Marky
put
Mark,
your
like,
mask back on.
all the stuff he does, I feel like your body just like I feel like you have to have a perfect medium because if you work out too much, it's like remember that like rich billionaire guy that like is trying to look like a teenager for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
Like he like takes all those weird antibiotics and stuff.
yeah.
It's like, what would happen if that guy just stopped tomorrow? I think he would die. It's kind of like the sad, like you know how like when dudes are alcoholics and they get the shakes.
Yeah,
So like for the rest of their life, they have to put like a shot of vodka in their morning coffee because they're just like,
yeah.
you know, it's like if you do too much healthy stuff and you just stop, like I feel like your heart's gonna stop.
Who was it? Ashton Kutcher, when he did his role as Steve Jobs, I guess to prep for the role, he did Steve Jobs because I guess he had like a fruit only diet or something.
Let's take a look.
And
Continue.
and Steve Jobs died of like pancreatic cancer or something. So I guess like after like a week or something like that of like prepping for the role and doing Steve Jobs' diet, like Ashton Kutcher ended up in the hospital with pancreatic problems.
Oh no. Let's see. I thought I saw something. Oh, it just says why Steve Jobs' diet is bad for you. It's like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, look at me. I'm fucking it just says a bunch of coming from fresh 80% was coming from fresh fruit and vegetables, 10% coming from protein and 10% from fat. Yeah, dude, like billionaires just I feel like everything is just you're an alien. Like you're just so fucking weird. Like you're just so like I just imagine like it's such low hanging fruit to make fun of them now, but it's like I really do think that like Mark Zuckerberg wakes up and he's just like he like stretches in his beautiful Palo Alto home, just like he's like, oh, how funny! Humans are playing on the beach right now.
Yeah.
It's like I will go have a protein leaf and pill.
And pill.
Yeah, this has rejuvenated me 65%.
No, you're not wrong, dude. Like
And like the shaman, like I think of Silicon Valley. Like I really don't think that like what's his name, like Gavin, whatever, like the main douchebag.
Yeah.
I feel like people just live like that. Like that dude, like he just had like a guru with him at all times, and like,
Yeah. No, I think they genuinely do. But that also leads me to believe that like the upper class knows something we don't about stuff, which could be, fetuses giving you the gift of life or, whatever else. But I'll wait for you to finish.
No, come on.
No, go ahead. Just need your little treat.
I couldn't wait.
Just give us a little bit of ASMR.
Continue.
I hate that.
Just keep talking.
I can't.
Here.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's so much better. I don't even know what I was talking about.
You're talking about wait. You were talking about like billionaires really be doing crazy diets and shit.
I was thinking like, yeah, like with all this stuff about like aliens and stuff coming out, I'm almost just like, man, like what if like spiritualism or like rituals and stuff like really do stuff? Like, how like you played the Final Fantasy games, right? You remember how like in some of the games how like magic's been dead for like a long time and then all of a sudden someone comes back who finally knows magic and everyone's like, oh shit, magic is real.
Yeah.
Right? I'm wondering if like that's kind of like what we're in right now. Like what if magic was real and somewhere along the line like the powers that be are obviously going to be like, magic is the most important thing in the world. We need to hide this from the general public and make them think they don't believe it. So that way only the important people can use it.
That's pretty sweet. That's a pretty cool theory, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Because like, remember, I even sent you the thing. Remember I sent you the picture of the necropants?
Yeah.
So like, I guess like in ancient Scandinavian culture, a sorcerer, a great sorcerer would like have his bottom half flayed. And he would have his skin, dick and balls, feet, toes, and all leg hair would be turned into a pair of pants. And apparently this was like a magical, like it was like a magical artifact. Like if you were another sorcerer who wore a pair of these pants, like you would like bolster your power and you become even greater. So like to be able to like have a pair of necro pants dedicated to you by a great sorcerer who died was like a great honor. Apparently, that's the story they're going with. But I'm just like, why would somebody do something so fucking crazy if there wasn't something to it? Why did the Mayans cut people's hearts out to give to the sun god to have a fruitful harvest?
Because it always happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
But it continued to happen after they stopped doing that.
Or were they just like fucking overhauling credits, man? Like, what if like one heart was worth like, I don't know, 10 years of good harvest, right? So if you're slaughtering 100 people a day on top of the temple, like how many years is that? That's what, 1,000 years of good harvests?
Maybe. I mean, that's just where superstitions come from.
It is, but like I'm almost, again, like I'm going back to like, fuck man, like there might be something we don't know.
I've been on a roll all day. You know what I'm gonna do after this episode?
What?
I'm gonna eat more gummies.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You
I'll
get
just
high
stay,
again?
yeah, I'll just stay at that level.
All right.
I muscled through this one,
Uh-huh.
and I feel so much better.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, it's like I'm having a great time right now. Like everything you're saying is so much more interesting right now. Like you're prettier, you know. I just want you to have one with me one day.
Maybe.
One day.
Maybe tonight. I mean, it depends on what we're doing.
Oh.
Depends on what we're doing. But yeah, so magic is real.
I think it's more like Game of Thrones magic. Like I don't think it's like fireball. You know, like,
yeah.
I think it's more so like you know that like I feel like Christianity in that show is just like the Lord of Light, right? I mean that's just God. Like that's kind of is that the most famous like of the religions? No, they're definitely zealots. Because like the most because the most famous one is the one with like the 7 gods.
It's like the new gods
Yeah,
or
and
whatever.
yeah.
And then the Lord of the Light is like one of the gods.
Yeah, so it's like
And
Christianity. It's like one Almighty. Like
and there's like the masked or the many-faced God and the red God and.
I feel like life would be so much easier if we could just confirm that shit was totally real. Like they do in
That's
that
what
show.
I'm saying, dude.
Like people are alive in that show and have seen miracles of the many-faced God.
Like I'm like, how is witchcraft still a fucking thing? Right? Like how are fucking goth girls around here like, I burned a candle with your name on it and now you're gonna, because like I've had someone do that to me.
Yeah.
Right? And ain't shit happened. So I'm like,
you know what always annoys me about that? And I mean, I'll just use this as the example, but it's like, like if someone really was like, oh, fuck Jacob. Like, I'm going to put his name in an apple and pour wax on it and fucking burn it. You know, it's like nothing happens. But like when I'm 75, I just like fall downstairs, like, which is like a common old person occurrence. And I would like to know that person figured that out and they're like, I did it. So that was on me. Like they will hold on to that superstition for years.
I killed Jacob with magic.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean?
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like I think if magic is real, I do think that it's like it is in the storybooks, and not everyone's able to do it.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Right? Because that's how it always is.
How mad would you be if I could do magic and you couldn't?
I would. Yeah, I would hate that. I would hate that so much.
I know.
But I'm also just like, how does one figure out? And I think that's a secret that the elite are hiding from us. Right? Like, seriously, because I always wondered this. Like, I'm like, what if by happenstance, I happen to do a certain sequence of activities that somehow equates to discovering whether or not you can do magic? You know? What if it's like, I lit a candle because my room smelled funny. Right? And then I laid down for 10 minutes. Complete silence without moving, with my eyes closed, and focused on the smell of the candle. And what if that's all you needed to do? And then all of a sudden you hear a voice that tells you can do magic or some shit, right? Like I'm just like
you just enter the dev room
dude,
of life.
This is why like I always think to myself, I'm like, I can't fucking talk to people about this stuff because I'm just like, people are gonna think I'm legit like a schizo. Like
no, I mean like.
But I also know that that's a lot of things on like where superstition, like where people with OCD, like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like because it's like they feel like if they don't do it, then something horrible is gonna happen.
Were you one of those kids that like begged his toys to talk to him?
Yes, my toys, my pets. I'm the kid that tried to do the fucking like, try to shoot webs out of my wrist. What else did I do? Yeah, I would try to create like energy balls. I just really focus and try to make something happen.
So imagine Christian in the living room just.
Or like I would stare at a water bottle on the table and just try to move it with my mind. You know? I don't know. I don't know if it comes from a place of like I want it to be real so bad that like I'm even willing to like kind of throw like rationality out of the window a little bit. But it's just like it seems so easy for some people to just get way ahead in life. You know? So I'm like, well, there's got to be something to that. It can't just be hard work. Fuck you.
Like some people are just blessed.
Yeah, like some people just have a little twinkle that somehow makes people flock to them. I
don't think we have it. We're still out here grinding.
Yes. So,
what do you guys think? Do you guys think magic is real? And if so, have you ever experienced a miracle? tbdmanchild@gmail.com. Let us know.
And then tune in next episode to learn about my quest for magic.
Patreon.com/Basement Productions if you guys want to support the show. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you next Friday. Go Raiders. And anything else?
No.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Well, Scaredy Cast is coming. Oh, I almost just turned that off.
They're coming right now?
No.